as you all know that I am going to talk about parents as partners in parents engagement practices, or in general school processes, how we can leverage parents potential in overall school development as well as students development. So first, uh, in Indian context, if you all know that we have 70% school setup who actually works in government setup, right? So when we are talking about government setup schools, so that means the people or the parents who belongs to these government schools, they are from economically disadvantaged community, right? So then why we need such schools where parent engagement practices has to be there? So if we go through the research, so it always talks about wherever parents engagement practices are strong, outcomes are obviously good in context with student success. So if we see the research done by John Hopkins University, you can clearly see that wherever teachers are engaged with the parents, uh, if they are talking with parents, if they are talking with community people, if they are doing home visits, it obviously reflects in students' academics also. So there are clear-cut correlation between whatever parental engagement practices we have in the school and whatever the outcomes that we define through academics. So in context with Akanksha, how we are doing our parent engagement so good, because if you know that from the past so many years we always focus parents has to be there with us as a partner. So what does we mean as a partner? Because whenever you're talking about partners or partnership, uh, both the stakeholders has to be on the same level, and they have to take equal responsibility. So it is very important how we are building this responsibility, how we are building this partnership. So in Akanksha's context, uh, we are actually working on this domain, that is parents community engagement and development. In short, we call it PCD. So why PCD? Why parents community engagement and development? So if we see during pandemic, our not only our schools but all over in the world, the schools were hampered a lot. There were no connections with parents, no connection with students, and eventually then we moved on to online classrooms. But that time we realized that having a good relationship, having a good connection with parents, it is going to help us not only with student academics but as well as the overall well-being of the student and family. So this is the outcome of our pandemic, whatever we do through pandemic in our parent community engagement practices. And the overall vision that we presented for PCD was all our parents will be equipped with the knowledge and skills to support their children and family to lead happy, healthy, and fulfilling lives. So, if we wanted to achieve this vision through PCD goals, and we wanted a strong partnership, then uh, we obviously thought that what will be those contributing factors who can actually help us to achieve this goal. So these were mostly in three domains. So first is health and hygiene, second is personal safety, and third is supporting child development. So if we take a minute just to read this, what it actually talks about. So first is health and hygiene. So what it is actually going to talk. So in health and hygiene, we see we focus on nutrition needs at various stages, maintaining health during monsoon, and personal and environmental hygiene. So basically, what we do in Akanksha, at least twice in a year, we do medical health checkup camps where we screen students, and we through BMI checkup also, with the parameter of BMI, we able to find out who are those students who actually are into SAM category. SAM means severe acute malnourished. And with these students we actually start our nutrition project, where we actually uh, do their counseling sessions. We make it sure that these students will go to government hospitals, and they take all kinds of support from uh, primary health centers. So that project is different, that we always do with our students. That is actually for students who has some sort of health issues or nutrition deficiencies. And beside that, we always believe that maintaining good, healthy, and hygienic practices is going to help us to uh, on preventive approach. So what we do for that, we always encourage our students to have 6 steps of hand wash. We teach them that, and we always tell them that how keeping yourself healthy and hygienic is going to help you to attend the class on regular basis and attend good scores. So that correlation we are able to achieve through various sessions, through parents meetings, and through various informal talks also. And if we go to personal safety, we actually divide personal safety into 4 domains, that is mental well-being, physical safety, emotional and sexual safety, and digital safety. So when we talk about mental well-being, we always make sure that whenever our students attend the classroom, they are into a good mental shape, so that they can learn in a proper and good atmosphere. So to achieve that, we are actually encouraging our parents also and students also to practice C learning. C is actually socio emotional and ethical practices, which actually encourages a lot for achieving a good mental state. So I'm not a right person to talk about that, because all this domain is actually handling through our counselors. But yes, we actually collaborated with our counselors, and we make sure that all these practices our students and parents they can do at regular intervals. Besides that, we make sure that key physical safety is the prime important aspect, not only through infrastructure wise, but at the same time, whenever they are playing, whenever they are into community, they always be in a good physical shape also, and physical safety has to be ensured. And at the same time, when we are talking about safety, we do talk about emotional and sexual safety. When I'm talking about sexual safety means, we talk a lot about child sexual abuse. So over the years, we had created a good domain where we actually not only teach, but we ask our students to practice how to keep yourself safe from strangers. So the concept of safe and unsafe touch is actually our students knows, our parents knows. So there is actually a good sessions, personal safety educations, which we derive from urban organization. We do this with our students, with the help of our social workers, with the help of our counselors, and whenever there are certain types of disclosures comes from our students, we do make sure that we will attend these disclosures at utmost care. So uh, it's a great pride to say that we are the school where we always make sure that our students, if they are not safe, and if there is certain kind of sexual abuses happening, we report this as a part of mandatory reporting under POCSO. We do all these necessary requirements. We make sure the child will be safe, and if it requires, we make sure that this will get reported to CWC, that means Child Welfare Committee or police, and child will get a good safety net through all these institutions. And digital safety also, we do talk a lot about this, because nowadays after pandemic, because students are more on digital platforms, they use Insta, they use WhatsApp, or even through regular virtual classes, we saw that students are doing even a simple small mistake, they make it cost a lot to them. So with the help of parents, we talk a lot about that, कि how not to be a victim of phishing or online fraud, or even not to accept unknown people's friend request. So with the age of from the students of grade 3 to 4 to grade 10, we talk about digital safety, and at the same time we talk with our parents also. And the last part is actually supporting child development. So what we do actually in child development, so basically uh, we do make sure that key from K to 2, that is junior KG to grade 2, or grade 3 to grade 5, or grade 6 to grade 10, whatever things are required during these milestones, during this age category, with the help of our teachers, with the help of our support staff, we attend all this. And in terms of academics also, we have formal and informal setup with our students, with our parents, and we talk a lot about all those things. So overall, these three domains are there who actually uh, contributing to create a good PCD goals, that is parents, community, and engagement. And if you see, kind of similar slide compared to last slide, but there is one more element that I did not talk in last slide, that is economic resilience. So if you see all these four buckets, first is students learning, where we ask parents, you are our partners in students learning. We ask parents about their partnership in student safety, which we talked previously. We do talk with our parents in family well-being, where health and nutrition is our focus. And the last is parents as partner in economic resilience. So in economic resilience, what we do actually is, there are so many welfare schemes our parents don't know. There are so many good government initiatives where uh, it's just don't work because community people, they don't know about it. So we make sure that with the help of other organizations, if we introduce them these welfare schemes, just like Mahatma Phule Jan Arogya Yojana or Pradhan Mantri Jivan Bima Yojana, actually those are kind of schemes which actually helps a lot in the time of distress. So we introduce these schemes to our students as well as our parents, and at the same time, we do teach them financial literacy and skill building courses. Also, we introduce them. So in financial literacy, with the help of organizations like ICICI Bank has their own setup, which actually helps a lot to understand the financial matters for our parents. So we take help of that. Even some NGOs, they provide us skill building courses like computer literacy programs are there, or even small kind of administrative work, which if parents can do for 3 months or 6 months. After that, they are able to get a kind of decent job with these skill building courses. So all these things we do with the help of our parents, and we do take their consent. So all these four domains, whatever we do, it just happens because our parents agree to help us to do all these things. So having parents consent, having their partnership, and having their ownership is very important for us. Beside, before, if we see if parents ownership is not there, then it's very difficult for us to attain all these goals. So the credit obviously goes to parents, because they literally see themselves as a prime partner in these goals. So the next is, who are our stakeholders in parents engagement practice, or parents as a partner domain. So internally, if we see uh, our social workers, they are driving this uh, overall goal. Then our counselors, our teachers, our helpers, and our school leadership team. So all these factors are actually contributing a lot whenever we talk about parents partnership or parents engagement in any domain, like be it in education, be it in health and hygiene, be it in child sexual abuse, or overall safety of the students, or financial literacy. So there are so many formal and informal practices that we do, that I will share with you also in the coming slide. These all people are actually helping us a lot. And if we talk about externally, who are these people who are actually helping us to build a strong partnership? So the first is parents, obviously. Parents are our prime focus and they drive a lot all these goals. Then our school management committee. So basically, school management committee means, as per the right to education law, government encouraged to form school management committee where 75% of representation comes from parents, and these parents they join school as representatives of parents, and they help us school to attain a good academic as well as non-academic goals also, but at the same time they make us accountable also. So that accountability and uh, creating ownership for each other, for each and every person, is actually very helpful for us, and we do all these things with the help of school management committee. So whenever you go to any of our schools, you will see parents are there, school management committee members are there, who are actually standing near the gate, who are welcoming our students, or whenever there are some safety related issues. So these are the first people who actually attend and help us to give the overall safety to students. And beside that, be it infrastructure wise or be it with cleanliness wise, whatever issues school is facing, so school management committee is there to help us to attend these issues. So we can see ki parents and SMC, these two factors are very important to attend our parents engagement goal in Akanksha's context. And at the same time, we do include our government agencies like ward offices, government hospitals, and education board. Whatever interventions, medical intervention we do in school level, we always take help of our government hospitals. They actually help us a lot in screening uh, and medical camps, or even giving multivitamins to students. So we have excellent rapport with our government hospitals nearby to schools, with ward offices, because ward offices actually help us to keep our infrastructure safe. Also, at the same time, a well-maintained infrastructure. It comes from with the help of ward office and education board, obviously, because education board is the institution who actually gives us uh, uniforms, all the necessary stationery, and even the infrastructure related any queries. Education board is there to help us. And last but not the least is local representatives, and that means our corporators, who are elected representatives of our constituency where our schools are there. So our corporators are actually part of our school management committee also, because they represent the community. So we take help through corporators also. We do ask them to solve whatever issues we face in the community or in the school. Corporators are there to help us. So even if I give example of one of our school where actually we were facing infrastructure related issues. So with the help of our corporator, we were able to have a good setup of infrastructure where, with the help of private funding or with the help of government fund, a corporator helped us to build a good school, which is actually a kind of model schools we can see in PCMC context, especially that is Pimpri Chinchwad Community Education Board. I want to share some guiding principles what we actually follow whenever we talk about parents engagement. So these are as follows. If you just read this for a minute, you will understand why we are focusing on these principles. So the first is non-judgmental and supportive. Second is empowering parents. Third is developmental approach focused on needs, data driven, and team efforts. So the first is non-judgmental and supportive. So what does it mean to us? So it means irrespective of any caste, religion, or gender, we never discriminate or never judge our parents also as well as our students. We try to be more and more inclusive with our community, and we try to create a supportive structure with them. So whenever we talk about giving voices to our students or giving voices to our community, this principle actually helps a lot, because when we try to judge someone or try to create a barrier with respect to caste, religion, or gender, it is not going to help us at all, because at the same time, if we are trying to discriminate or we are trying to judge them, whatever kind of partnerships we are looking for, or whatever kind of voices we wanted to give our parents, it is not going to serve the purpose. So we try not to be judgmental and supportive, and giving more and more voices to our students and parents is our prime focus. At the same time, if you see what does it mean for us to empowering parents, so empowering parents means we always talk about building their skills, their mindset, their knowledge. So if you see in our previous slides, we talk about building skill-based curriculum, or building knowledge of our parents through economical resilience platform, to skill building courses. So whenever we are talking about key parents are our partner, we make sure that our partner is strong enough to handle with us and serve the purpose of the overall schooling experience. So lots of things happens with our parents, through our parents meeting, through our small informal spaces like chai katta, or annual day gathering, or those with the help of sports teacher. We do sports day event with our parents also, where parents they come, they take part of that, they interact and they learn also. So all these things happen because we believe that our parents has to be empowered. Third one is developmental approach. So whatever we do through our formal or non-formal structures, uh, the main motive is that we create such a structure where parents join with us. They have the liberty, they have the platforms to connect and talk with us and raise the voice also. So be it our parents class, where we can talk about parents literacy or students academics, we share this platform with our parents. We have parents meeting where social workers, counselors, they come and they talk about academic things, or they talk about safety things. We have home visit structures where students sorry where teachers and non-teaching staff, they also go and visit the homes and try to understand what kind of living conditions are there in the community. And at the same time, we make sure that through the informal spaces like chai kata, where we just gather in one of the accessible spots in the community, where parents come, or even other community parents or community people, they come, they talk with us. uh, it's a kind of informal talks we do, whatever challenges they are facing in their life, and we just try to listen a lot in such informal spaces. So that space also we do create with our parents. uh, the fourth one is focused on the needs. So whatever parent related things we do in our school structure, whatever goals we designed under parents community engagement, that is PCD goal, it comes through our parents. So it never happened Akanksha thought and they implemented. So we do the reverse thing. We ask parents what needs they have, what requirements they have, and where they see Akanksha help themselves to attain these needs, and then we create these goals, or we create these spaces. So whatever goals we designed, or whatever community interventions we have, or whatever parent engagement or partnership structures we created, it came from the needs of parents. So uh, through structured designs like creating Google Forms or surveys where they can give their voices, or examples like focus group discussions, FGDs, we do a lot with our parents, and whatever issues they are telling us to these platforms, we make sure that this will inculcate into our goal setting process. And beside that, if we see the fifth, point, data driven. So what does it mean? So it means that whatever initiatives we do, it's always based on the data we gathered from parents. Whatever we are talking with parents, whatever knowledge they are sharing with us, it has to be based on that. So we never do anything beside that. And the last one is team efforts. As I spoke in last slides also, there is school leadership team, including teachers, non-teaching staff, our helpers, our counselors, our social workers. They are one team in a school setup. And with the help of our central team, we both come together and make sure that whatever goals are there, everyone's buy-in is there, everyone's involvement is there, and we make sure that that goal is not uh, driven by isolated way, but there has to be input coming from all other aspects of in-house also and outside people also, and goals will be attained with the help of each and everyone. So all these guiding principles we do make sure it will help us to create a strong partnership with our parents. And whenever it talking about guiding principles, at the same time there are certain kind of barriers we saw while engaging with our parents. So these are like these. uh, the first one is obviously parents lack of comfort. If you see, even if we relate this with our schooling experience also, most of parents, they had a bad schooling experience with themselves. And obviously whenever they are thinking about कि एक स्कूल कैसे होता है, how a school looks like, or how a school principal looks like, how things happens in the schools, they always relate this with their own schooling experiences, which might not be a good experience. It could be a kind of negative school experience, and it reflects whenever they try to align with school structure. So it's a kind of challenge that we feel that how to make them come out of their own negative school experiences and show them a positive spaces or positive experiences where their students are getting to Akanksha paper. So that is the biggest challenge, or whereas I can say while working with parents. The second is limited family resources. So what does it mean? So it means that parents has very less resources because most of our parents, they are from economically disadvantaged population where they have to struggle for small things. Uh, they don't get luxury of water every day. They don't get luxury of the electricity will be there. Uh, they have good ventilated space. They have a good space where children can really roam or play. So they are not into that good condition. So whenever we talk about engaging parents, we have to remember that they are coming from limited resources. They don't have proper time structure because most of parents, they work in shift. Uh, Either they go early in the morning or they go in the afternoon shift and they come back in the evening. So having such kind of people, having such kind of parents in school setup and ask them to attend our parents meeting is a big challenge because their work time never happens, never matches with our parents meeting timing. So we make sure that even though they are losing parents meeting structure, how we will involve them or how we will reconnect them through informal spaces. So that is the biggest concern or challenge we can say while working with parents. The last one is schools lack of proper skills and knowledge to work with parents. So whenever we see or we visualize a picture of school, we always see there is a teacher, there is a student, and whatever schooling is happening, it's happening within four walls. And teacher hardly get any chance to speak with parents. So we do think like that whenever we are visualizing a picture of schools. But in Akanksha, we always encourage our teaching staff also and non-teaching staff also to talk with our parents, to engage with our parents, have community visits, having home visits, having informal talks. So somewhere, whoever is new to our Akanksha structure, they always face this difficulty. How I am going to do this? Because uh, the kind of trainings they do take in their teaching process, they never taught them. You know, parent partnership is important. Creating a good structure where parents will come and talk to you. They never experience such kind of model in their learning phase. So whenever we get a new set of teachers, we always make sure that they will be oriented and they will understand what kind of model we are inculcating or we are encouraging. So that kind of error we always see. Uh, Orienting our own teaching staff, non-teaching staff about parents struggles, or whatever kind of living conditions they have, making them or orient them with these conditions, and then ask them to be a partner in students' learning process also. So that barriers we see whenever we try to engage with our parents. So actually, that's it from my side about giving the structures of Akanksha ki, how we do structurized work or non-structurized or formal work or informal work with our parents. And there are certain pictures I would like to share with you where we can see what are those practices or what are those interventions we do with our parents. So first of all, you can see over here the parents they come and they are learning through parents class, parents meeting, or skill building courses that we offer to our parents. Even in some schools, parents are learning about English language proficiency or how to talk with students in English language because our teaching medium is English. So we always encourage that. Second, you can see school teachers are doing community visits. So we always encourage our school staff to go into community, talk with parents, try to understand, see what kind of living conditions are there. Even with our parents or with our students, we do medical screenings for our stakeholders. It happens mostly once or twice in a year, and it's a kind of mandatory that we ask schools to do. And at the same time, as a part of empowering our parents, we encourage our parents to come and share their knowledge with us also. So whenever we see we are dealing with obesity or we are dealing with severe acute malnourished students, so whatever best practices are there existing in the community or existing in the families, we encourage them to share this with us. So whatever low cost healthy recipes they know, all the mothers, they share with us. They have a food stall. They have a campaign, or we can call it a mela, food mela, where they share their experiences, they share their recipes, they share how within 5 minutes or within 10 minutes you can create low cost healthy food recipes. So that kind of initiatives always happens in each and every school, and you can see over here parents making presentation about child rights and child safety, because we always tells our parents ki your child is not only your responsibility but everyone's responsibility, and we have to take this responsibility. So through one act play or through plays or through various mediums, we also as social workers encourage and spread awareness about child safety, but at the same time we encourage parents also to take part into this process. So with the help of our school management committee, with the help of our parents, they come and even in the community they do street plays where they talk about child sexual abuse, they talk about domestic violence, they talk about physical safety of the students as well as the community. So all these things we do with the help of our parents, and our dedicated team of social workers are always there, are always behind us to drive all these initiatives, to drive all these goals, and they are very committed, they are well trained, they are professionals. almost everyone has experiences of more than 5 years, and with the help of their experiences, uh, we actually try to create a good working condition also, and a good safety net for students as well as our parents. And obviously counselors are there with them to achieve all this. Thank you, thanks a lot.